Hey, let's start the show.
It's Thursday, January 8th, 2015. Welcome to This Is Only a Test, the official podcast of Tested.com. I'm Will Smith, seated not directly to my left. Directly to my left is the Bellagio fountains. Norman Chan, how are you doing, sir?
To your right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, Joey Famelli.
Happy New Year.
This is your first time on the podcast in, I think, probably a year.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't think you were on at all last year. Maybe you were working.
2013 was the last time I was...
Probably 2013.
All right, well, 2014, it's all right. I don't need to remember 2014.
It's a wash.
2015 is a good... It's a good year.
2014 was a crap year, man. We're starting fresh. It's a new year, and this is only a test. We're in Vegas for CES. This is going to be a short show today, but we wanted to kind of catch up everybody, with what we've been doing over the holidays, what we're looking forward to at CES. We're recording this on Sunday afternoon before CES starts. We've just gotten to Vegas. Norm's eating at Planet Dailies already. Did you have the?
I did not have.
You didn't have the chicken Benedict?
No, fried chicken Benedict, which is my favorite thing to eat in Vegas. At Planet Dailies, which I didn't even know is a real restaurant chain.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not the Planet Hollywood.
I think there's one in L.A.
There's one in L.A. There's one in Santa Monica, close to our office.
Wait, what?
I remember, or close to where our holiday party was.
We could go to Planet Dailies when we were in Santa Monica?
That's a very
it's
Santa
really
Monica
big building, yeah. But I wonder if it's the same style of decor.
Do they still play like the off-brand America's Funniest Home videos?
Wacky Sports.
Is it
Whacked Out Sports?
Okay, but do they have like the segment with the guys getting shot in the nuts with a ball? Because that was
falling off skiing.
Okay.
In underwear and falling off bridges. And
it's like live leak video.
Is it silent or is there audio? I can't remember.
They're silent.
It must be a different
today because of sports games.
Oh.
Yeah, but sometimes they have like light.
You'll hear the laughter and the... Is it the Tom Saget?
Bob Saget. It's not Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
But it's like a Bob Saget knockoff.
Okay.
Right. America's Funniest Home Video.
They don't do the bits in between.
No.
It's just like never-ending
straight
reel
YouTube style.
Guys getting shot in the nuts and people hitting the back wall at baseball stadiums and going over fences.
Who hosted the other America's? There was America's Funniest Home Video.
Was it Joey from Full House?
I think so. Bob Coulier. No, not Joey. Uncle Joey, which is Dave Coulier.
Dave Coulier, yeah.
I know it was so successful that they immediately launched a second, this exact same show, but with a slightly different name to fall after the other. One was America's Funniest Home Video, and there was another one which was some funniest home video. Yeah, something like that.
Is that what Tosh.0 kind of...
Yes, it's exactly the same thing. America's Funniest, except Tosh.0 and a bunch of shows these days, like there are shows on cable where it's just celebrities sitting on a couch, much like this, watching YouTube videos and then commenting on them. And having pre-scripted
that. That sounds really easy and cheap to make.
Yeah. Oh my God, that guy went through the wall. There wasn't even a wall there. And you have people like...
are we talking like C-D-list celebrities?
Kind of like dudes from X-Men, like Sean Asmore type.
Hold on, who is he on X-Men?
Iceman, or his twin brother. Yeah, like one of those. Like,
also Iceman?
He was an Iceman.
Okay.
But shows like that, or Tosh.0, where it's just a dude standing in front of a green screen, writing jokes, really bad jokes in front of YouTube videos. America's Funniest Home Video, at least they gave money away.
Yeah, it was $100,000 a season. It was a big money prize.
Oh, yeah. They flew the people out, the families out to sit in the top
three. Yeah.
And people submitted videos, which is in a huge vault right now.
Can you imagine what a treasure trove the America's Funniest Home Videos vault must be of, like, my all-time
babies falling
favorite,
over?
Yeah, babies wiping out.
Dogs,
a lot of cats beating up dogs.
Yeah.
An overweight woman falling off of the front of a boat and getting her bathing suit stuck on the cleat.
A lot of slipping during dancing.
Yeah. a lot of like Dirty Dancing style like lifts that went bad.
Crazy wedding shenanigans.
Yeah.
Car skidding out into dirt. Well,
Oh yeah.
Families
Yeah. Oh yeah.
around.
All in home video, not even film, with the crappiest quality you can get.
I just have to imagine that a lot of people loved that show and then took their kids to see a Bob Saget show and had
like the Full House fans.
yeah, they were like, oh, man, I love Full House. I love America's Funniest Home Videos. Let's go see. He's coming to our town. Let's go see him. And then he just gets
dropping
straight to
C-bombs
the
and-
filthiest jokes you can imagine.
He's not that funny.
Oh, he's pretty funny.
The shock humor. There's shock value in it, but it's not really that funny.
I've never seen this. I've actually never seen his stand up. I've seen bits, I think, but I know what it is, but I've never actually seen it.
Yeah, I've heard of bits.
Like, does he have television specials or?
He did the Aristocrats.
Yeah.
And then he was on Entourage. And then I don't know if there was
He was on Entourage playing a version of himself that was like more dirty, right? Like coked up Tom
Bob Saget. Yeah, Tom Selleck. From Full House. So anyway, yeah, that's I don't know how we got there, but it's CES week. What are you guys excited? Norm, I know you have a level of excitement for CES that is probably the peak of the three people in this room.
I have a level of respect for CES.
Okay.
I know that
Why do you respect CES?
Because there are people making announcements there, and I'm going to treat it seriously.
Okay.
And find some interesting things.
Are you going to do all your reporting from like a cell phone or a peak email device or anything like that? No gimmicks for you at CES this year? No gimmicks. Okay, you're wearing pants the entire time?
Wearing pants the entire time.
It's really fucking cold here right now.
There's no snow yet, but it is a very cold Las Vegas. We're gonna meet with Oculus this week.
Is that the thing you're most excited about?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know. I had a dream about it last night, actually.
What did you dream?
About the Oculus meeting.
Did you dream that they did like the surprise?
Nate Mitchell was in my dream.
That's creepy.
He was in my dream.
Don't lead with that. Don't lead with that.
It's only for you guys. I had a CES dreams.
The meeting will be done by the time this is posted. So Nate, if you're watching,
right, our video from the Oculus meeting will already be up.
Yeah.
The dream was stealing the prototype that they had and opening it up,
like caper style,
like a heist.
No, kind of like
a dash and grab.
I don't know how the thing was stolen. I just remember unscrewing the prototype to look at the display in my dream. Yeah.
So what's the rumor on that? Are they going to have
rumor?
new?
I think the thing is that they're going to have Crescent Bay, the prototype that they showed at Oculus Connect, which was only shown to a couple hundred people.
You saw that there.
It will now be, they'll have a booth on the show floor where I think the public will get to wait in line and wear Crescent Bay for the first time.
And what just to remind me, the high point on Crescent Bay was?
The high point on Crescent Bay was that this was the prototype, not a developer kit, that they claim finally achieves passes the threshold of presence.
So is this motion or resolution or both?
It's both. It's I think it's high resolution. I think it uses, again, unconfirmed, but my guess is a 2560 by 1440 display that's in the Galaxy Note 4, but it's an AMOLED screen. That is confirmed. I think that it will. I think the big thing was that they were using much better optics in this one, custom optics, than in DK2, and it's running at 90 hertz
instead of 75.
Instead of 75.
Interesting. Okay.
And the big thing was that in the Oculus Connect demo, we were standing using a demo. So that's the unknown right now, whether the demo that they'll have for us this year at CES will be standing or sitting.
Okay.
I hope it's standing.
Anything else on the VR front you're interested to see?
I don't know if Morpheus will be here.
Who was the guys that did the haptic gloves? Is that?
That was at GDC, and that company, Control VR, I don't know if they'll be here either. That would be cool to see.
They took funding after it was at E3, wasn't it? Or was it GDC? I think it was E3.
I think
it was E3.
Was E3?
It was E3. Oculus did pick up another different motion control haptics company. I don't know if they'll have anything to show for that.
Do you think they're going to announce a date?
No. I think that there was I want to say in The Independent or some BBC, some UK site had an interview with Palmer Luckey, and I think he said winter 2015 was when you could expect something.
And then they immediately retracted it.
Possibly.
Yeah. The thing I would expect to see from Oculus from now until they announce a date is software. I think they're gonna be showing games because at this point they've gone from, hey, this is technology that we've proven in prototype form, to, hey, here's stuff that makes you want to buy this. And Elite's in 1.0 plus something now. I think that they've even patched the 1.0 version. I think we'll see Lucky, the platformer. What's it called?
Lucky's Tale.
Lucky's Tale. And it was either Palmer's Tale or Lucky's Tale, but I couldn't remember which one. And I think we'll see some other games we haven't maybe seen before.
I care less about the software because I know that's going to come, and I care more about the front end. What's their version of Steam? And have they cracked that UI yet? And
the software stuff. Like, you're talking about the VR UI. Yeah. I'm interested to see whether they've gotten the basic functionality stuff working for like making it easy to launch games and run games.
That's all about this UI.
So that's UI and SDK stuff. So. Okay, so that's Oculus. I am super excited about seeing, like, one of the things that has happened this year that I hadn't seen in the past is a lot of the smaller companies who launched stuff on Kickstarter and now are working on second gen or third gen products after their initial launch are actually here. So there's a lot of stuff happening in the 3D printing and scanning pavilion, which is, I think, a bigger area than it's ever been before. We're going to go
second floor, South Hall. In past years, that 3D printing area has been dominated by MakerBot, a big wall of MakerBot stuff.
Well, last year was MakerBot, and then the two endemic huge 3D printing companies, Stratasys and 3D Systems.
Each had giant booths.
All three of them, yeah.
And then small booths for like Form 1, Matter and Form, and I think this year the 3D scanning cup structure is going to be there. I expect MakerBot will still be there. I think probably they won't announce 3D printers. Bree is no longer CEO this year from last year to this year.
Yeah,
big difference. Last year there was a big.
Well, last year they announced 3 big printers.
They announced 3 printers: a Z18, the Mini, and the new main one, Replicator. This year, with a new CEO, I don't think they're announcing. I don't think they'll have as massive a presence.
I mean, I don't think, as long as, when you're looking at FDM printers, there's not, unless there's a substantial improvement in either the speed of prints, the resolution you're going to get from the prints, or the ability to print multiple materials together, there's no reason to announce new printers, right?
Unless they do a SLA printer.
Well, I mean, that's the question.
That would be a big thing to announce.
Is if they're announcing SLS or SLA, and the patent situation for, I think, SLA has changed in the last year. So we expect to see Form 1 here.
So MakerBot is owned by 3D Systems.
3D Systems.
And, Stratasys. They're owned by Stratasys. And 3D Systems is the one that had the patent feud with Form 1 over SLA.
Yeah. So, I think they're owned by 3D Systems.
It's one or the other.
It doesn't matter, ultimately. I mean, it does, but...
And I don't think... I think the Form 1 settlement, it wasn't so much that they reached an agreement. It was... So the Form 1 patent lawsuit was dismissed with prejudice, but that's not to say... That wasn't that the judge looked at it and said there's no merit. It's that they found an agreement and they settled. So they were still protective.
Yeah,
of those patents.
Of course.
Did we see a food printer?
Or we saw a food printer.
That was, I think, at
Stratasys. 3D print systems.
I think I want to say 3D Systems. Sugar.
That's right. The sugar
printer. That was a big deal.
Did you try it?
I didn't try it.
You didn't try the candy?
Is it good?
It's powdery.
It kind of tasted, you know those mints that you get sometimes in restaurants that when you crunch them, they turn into powder, but if you let them sit in your mouth, they just turn into like gummy mess awful?
Sure.
It's kind of like that.
Huh.
It wasn't great. It didn't taste like chocolate.
The structure, it wasn't. It was sugar candy.
Yeah.
The structure was really interesting. And they like had some weird like hex 3D shapes.
Yeah, it almost looked like a bee, like a honeycomb or something.
Right.
They could print whatever they wanted. I mean, they had these unbelievable looking flutes that were like fluted complex curves and stuff like that you'd never be able to mold, and were very, very thin. But that, we haven't seen anything from that. I haven't even seen anybody talking about buying those and using them.
And then I think the big thing at the CES this year will be quadcopters.
Yeah, I think we're spending a whole day tomorrow looking at a bunch of quads.
Last year, DJI, which this was at this time last year, had not even announced the Vision Plus, had only had the Phantom 2 Vision. They were relegated to like the international hall.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't even in any of the big halls.
We'd never been in the room that we found them in.
It was really, really secluded. And this year, I can see them having a massive presence.
So tomorrow for us, we're driving on the desert, and we're going to fly a bunch of different quads from a bunch of different companies, hopefully, and try some FPV stuff and some other things. So that, if something interesting happens there, that video might be on the site. Otherwise, it'll be up next week. I'm more interested in South Hall upstairs than anything else on. Like, usually when we first came to CES for Tested, we spent more time in the central hall, which is where like Microsoft and Intel and Panasonic and Samsung and LG and all those folks are. Microsoft's gone still, as far as I know. So now it's Ford and Intel kind of right when you come into that big hall with the giant multi-million-dollar booths. I'm not super interested in any. Like, I'm gonna go over to Samsung and see what dumb curved TV they're selling this year.
We're not going to the press conferences.
We're skipping press conferences.
Those are pointless. No need to wait in that line. North Hall, Sony, or I guess edge of the central North Hall. Sony's booth will stop by, Canon's booth, Nikon's booth.
We look at cameras.
Camera stuff there.
Yeah.
And then skipping over the big TV booths. I know Samsung's going to have a huge presence. Their CEO is doing a keynote.
I mean, we might find something interesting that we'll shoot. We're not planning on it right now.
Not planning on that. Like, laptops, not super interesting.
I want to know if people are imagining worlds again. I want to put a beer in my fridge and have it be cold 22 seconds later. That sounds great. I mean, I'm not going to buy a new fridge for that. But Joey, what do you? This is your 4th CES now? 5th?
Maybe.
No, so you started in 2011 because we didn't cover CES 2010 because we hadn't launched the site yet.
Yeah.
So Norm and I were here, but for
and I've been with you guys at CES for my entire.
So 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. This is your 5th CES.
5th CES, yeah.
11, 12, 13.
Are you sure?
14. I just counted on my fingers. I can do it again.
That is weird.
2011, 2012, 2013.
I don't remember what happened in 2011.
2011 was the year that Gary came.
It's a road trip.
And we drove back, and Wes, and so 2011 is the first year we came. That's the year that Melissa and Dan Meisner came.
Right.
And it was Anna and Joey.
Right.
And Wes and Braga.
And the suite at the Planet Hollywood.
And we packed 12 people into 2 suites at the PH Towers.
That's right. There's a lot of sleeping on fold-away beds.
There were a lot of fold-away beds.
Yeah.
And you guys did the PC build race for the first time?
I don't think we did it.
As tested, obviously, but you did one once before, right?
I'd done that before. I don't think they're doing it this year. That was a debacle last year.
They're not doing it this year.
That's good.
Yeah.
They need to manage that better if they're going to do it again. No, so did we do the PC build race that year? Oh, because Anna cut that video.
I think Anna cut that. No, Anna cut that video.
Afterward.
So 2011, we drove out. We did the 12-hour live stream just to see if we could drive stream. You cut the video of the drive video, didn't you?
No, well, we did a handoff. I think Anna cut the first half, I cut the second half.
And then we did all the press conference stuff. Basically, like, we were treating it as if it was E3.
Yeah, there was getting up in the morning, go wait in the lines, get the tripod out, shoot the press conferences.
The press conferences, last year I think we just went to them to see if anything interesting happened. You were there for the Michael Bay meltdown, which was the high point of the whole day.
Was that last year?
That was just last year.
Yeah.
Wow. That's right. That was Michael Bay Samsung.
What was he? Was it curved TVs or was it? What was he up there chilling?
Who knows? They just needed somebody famous on stage.
It was curved TVs.
Is that still? Is curved TV still a thing?
I think they sold them.
They were in stores. I've seen them in stores. I don't know if they have sold well.
Did they sell the motorized curved or just the ones that are curved?
Just the curved ones.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, and then I'm sure they'll have something. I think people care less and less. I'm sure there'll be a ton of 4K TVs. Apparently, there's a new LCD technology. With quantum dots.
In the terms of IPS-TN and now quantum dots?
Yes. That's supposed to supplant OLED, and that LG is the only one sticking to OLED. So LG will have giant OLED TVs while everyone else will have giant quantum dot LCDs with better color representation and wider
gamut,
wider field of views.
What I mean, quantum dots sound cooler than IPS.
OLED. Yeah.
OLED. What's LG was talking about something called Flex too.
I don't know.
I like the stuff that I want to see. I don't think we're going to see. I want to see flexible screens. I want to see tablets that you can roll up and put in your pocket. I don't think we're going to get any of that stuff still. Any other things you're excited about? Either of you guys? Joey, what do you?
I don't know. Every year I come into CS, just kind of Mr. Magoo my way through it. I don't really know what's the new stuff going on. Give me some things, and I'll tell you if I'm excited.
Well, I think like we went to NAB one year. Went to NAB in 2012, and we haven't been since. And not a lot of reason to go. But I think the cool stuff at NAB that's not for the actual broadcast and high level production, that stuff is trickling over to CES. The gimbal rigs and that stuff. Like Red Rock's going to be here.
Really?
I think there'll be some good camera stuff. Some like good prosumer camera stuff. Yeah, it's just.
I think we'll see a lot of small PCs. I think we'll see a lot of like nuke size PCs. I know Gigabyte's going to do update to their brick stuff, which are the this PC in a box, smaller than an Apple TV size, basically PCs, but they do graphics cards that are okay.
Was it last year we went and saw Gabe?
Yes.
That was last year too. The Steam Machine.
Steam Machine was last year, with the first look at the Steam
the gamepad
controller, which has kind of disappeared.
I think they've sent those out in the world after that Steam Developer Conference, and then took feedback and were like, we need to work on this some more.
It had no joysticks, right? It was all just haptic pads.
Touchpads with haptic response.
Just actuators that poked up.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird.
Did anything happen with those Steam boxes? All those different companies?
I don't know if it's actually selling Steam boxes, but people are selling boxes on which you can run Steam. I think the Linux nature of the Steam boxes themselves is pretty limiting in terms of what people want to pay for. And they're in a weird place because in order to get ones that actually play games, you need to pay X number of dollars because you have to have an Intel processor and integrated graphics and like it's like a real computer. When I think what people really want is something that's $99 so they can plug into their living room and stream games from their TV to their TV from their gaming PC. I mean, that's like I would pay $99 for that if I could get an app on my Fire TV or Apple TV or whatever it happens to be. I mean, Apple TV they're never going to do, but the Fire TV is a possibility. There's no reason that wouldn't work. I'm trying to think about other stuff that we see at CES. I mean, it's weird because in the last 5 years, it's gone from quads and PCs and TVs and washing machines and weird stuff like that to
which is still here.
Yeah, that's all still here. To emerging technologies like the quads and the VR stuff and all that. So of course the VR stuff's not on the. Are they on the? They're on the floor this year. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think VR will be big on the floor.
I'm interested to see what other VR stuff emerges that people have been cooking up and are going to show here for the first time.
Yep.
Because at this point, Oculus has been going for 2 years.
Oh yeah.
And there's time. That is a product cycle to get a prototype out that they can put in front of people for the first time. So we're going to kind of go out and keep our ears to the ground and see what we see. Not going to any keynotes.
Nope. NVIDIA has a keynote, which I mean the stuff will already be online by the time you see this or hear this. So no point in speculating. It's probably mobile.
Tegra.
And
that's it.
The week's going to go by real fast.
What did you guys do over the holidays? Anything fun?
I had a lot of plans.
Norm, you're scraping on the...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Didn't do much.
You drove back and forth from Monterey?
I did a lot of family stuff. Yeah, I wanted to go snowboard and I wanted to go... maybe dive again.
You go snowboard?
Just ran out of time. Just family stuff and sick and...
Yeah, there was a lot of crap going around in San Francisco over the Thanksgiving.
I wasn't feeling too good, and I went to a Christmas party / 2-year-old's birthday party, and I got everybody horribly sick, apparently.
Hey, nice job.
Merry Christmas.
Norman Chan?
Nope, stayed in town. Had people over.
Played board games, hung out?
Played board games, bought some Christmas stuff.
What'd you play? Anything new? Anything new to
you? A lot of Legendary.
The Marvel thing?
The Marvel thing.
Okay.
Played a lot of iDarb.
iDarb's pretty good.
And then I bought a 4K monitor. That's
Dell?
fantastic. A Dell 4K monitor.
That's up on the site if you want to check it out.
There's someone calling you?
I think they want to know if they can clean my room. We'll just let it ring.
You can't clean the room right now. There are 3 dudes in it.
We're shooting video.
You got a video
We're
camera.
from the internet.
I bought a $550, $700 Dell monitor that's 60 hertz and IPS. And
$700 is all?
it was, list price is $700. I paid $550.
And what's the resolution?
3840 by 2160.
Wow, that is awesome.
Jeez.
The video is pretty clear, but it seems like you liked it a lot.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Are you running? You're running a single 980?
Single 980, and I play all my games at 4K now.
Wow, you can play everything. Are you turning like FSAA and stuff down?
AA, I don't need AA.
Okay.
AA is off, and
There's some places you need AA and like shadows and stuff like that, but you can turn that on individually for the
it's funny
game.
at 4K.
Yeah.
How many 1080 videos can you watch?
You can watch 4 1080 videos.
Wow.
Yeah.
4 1080 videos in full 1080 resolution.
How is Windows handling that much resolution? Like when you open Premiere or something like that, are you scaling at all? Are you scaling
not
down?
scaling.
Okay, you're running it at raw dog.
Raw.
How close are you sitting to that thing?
1.5 foot,
Wow.
which is, I don't know if that's recommended. Yeah.
That's
foot
pretty
and a half.
close.
Yep.
Fills your whole field of vision, I bet.
Yep.
30 inches?
28 inches.
28 inches.
Yeah,
Wow.
I wish it was 30 inches.
So it's a
No,
little
I'm sorry,
smaller.
not even 28, 27 inches.
So it's a little smaller than your last.
20, I wish it was 30 inches.
Yeah. I almost would want like 35. I would want something huge for that
I don't.
resolution.
Then you're
use those
moving your head.
pixels.
Then you're moving your head up.
I don't mind moving my head. My neck, it's designed to pivot.
But it's a nice monitor. I'm sure. it'll
Does
be
it have
a
any
lot
other
of
stuff?
4K
Does it do
monitors.
like HDMI input and all that?
It is HDMI in, but shouldn't use HDMI in because it doesn't have HDMI 2.0. So if you do HDMI in, it will only do 30 hertz because it's 1.4.
But what if you're plugging in like a console or something? Can you play
You can
like
plug in a console?
so it'll do 1080p and just scale
Oh
up?
yeah. But if you do DisplayPort, it's DisplayPort 1.2. You can do DisplayPort daisy chain, so you can plug in one cable
nice.
and then daisy chain to another monitor or something else.
Oh, that's awesome. So it has 2 DisplayPort ports.
2 DisplayPort ports and USB 3. What else does it
nice.
have?
Card reader?
No card reader.
Wow, they finally dropped the card reader.
Well, no, I mean the card reader's on the more expensive Ultra Sharp models.
Oh, okay.
So this is an Ultra Sharp, which means it has it's not for photographers.
Did they update the 4K Ultra Sharp as well? Or is it
never
still
had a
the 30
4K
hertz
Sharp.
one? Oh, they haven't had one yet? Okay.
Yeah, or not one that's under $1,000. Which
Gotcha.
is only like want to spend more than $1,000.
Yeah, that's under $1,000 seems like the right place to spend money on a monitor at this point.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess that'll do it for us.
Yeah, not much. What did you guys get for Christmas?
I got a Speedmaster,
What's a
What's a
Speedmaster?
an Omega Speedmaster.
Oh, watch.
Yeah, fancy
Oh.
watch. It's the Moon Watch. It's a late 60s, early 70s model. I think I haven't gotten it opened up. You have to open it to get the serial number and find all that stuff out. So I'm pretty stoked. I had to get new links, so I'm not wearing it yet. This is just a pebble.
What'd you get the kid?
Santa. Santa got her.
What did Santa get the kid?
Santa got her a like a pretend kitchen, like one of those ones that has a
Oh,
sink
yeah.
and a little oven and all that stuff.
I used to like that stuff when I was a kid.
Yeah, that stuff's great. Well, we knew that she liked that because every time we take her, there's an indoor playground in West Portal in San Francisco that has like this crazy 3-story play structure inside, but also has like a pretend area with a bunch of Lego and kitchen and stuff like that. So she always goes for the kitchen and plays with it like crazy the entire time we're there.
Is that because that's where you and your wife are most of the time? So that's where she hangs out and recognizes? Like, why is it that baby goes for the kitchen?
It is like preparing and serving food is definitely a large part of like her experience, right? She watches us make food. She eats 3 times a day. You always have to make something. So I think it's just that she does that. But now she'll get up in the morning and instead of going and reading a book or something like she used to, she gets up and she plays at the play kitchen for a little while and then puts it's like a wooden, it has wooden vegetables and stuff. So she puts the egg and a vegetable on the plate and goes and puts it on the dining room table and climbs up and sits down and pretend eats the breakfast.
Wow.
And it is literally the cutest thing
That's
in the world.
crazy.
Yeah. And then a bunch of clothes and like Lego blocks and typical baby toys. But
How old is?
she'll be 2 in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Coming up.
Yeah, it went fast. Goes fast.
and 2 in 2 weeks. Yeah, because CES. That's right.
I wasn't at CES last time because she was in the window. Or 2 years ago I was at CES. We did a lot of like going to the zoo with friends and a lot of play dates and stuff like that. It was cool to get to spend days with like in the family, the home routine, rather than leaving at 9:00 in the morning and getting back at 6:30 or 7, and just being there for a little bit of breakfast and bath.
And now that she's almost 2, she's like kind of more.
She talks.
I don't know, like active with you.
She's a human being.
Form of memories.
Wow.
She plays. We got her a board game. She plays, and she's into
Baby
it.
board games.
Settlers of Catan.
No, not Settlers of Catan. It is a German game. It's a stripped down version of a thing about managing orchards. So basically, it has these cool wooden fruit, like maple fruit, but they're huge, so they're not a choking hazard. And you put each color on its own tree, and then you roll a die, and if you pick the color that you select, so it's about learning colors. And if you get the raven, then the raven advances down the path. If the raven gets into the orchard, he eats all of the fruit, and you lose. But if everybody pulls the fruit down off the tree, then you win.
So it's a team game.
It's a co-op
against.
game.
Oh,
It's like Pandemic, but
you need to teach your daughter failure.
That's next.
Just destroy her and.
She can't even play Candyland yet, man. She just tries to put it in her mouth and choke to death. So
You don't want to introduce her to the old time like Game of Life games and
those are way too old for her.
And
Trivial Pursuit,
or Shoots and Ladder. Like those games are boring.
Shoots and Ladders is okay.
Boring.
But I mean, they're for 3-year-olds. Shoots and Ladders is a game for kids who.
Well, I'm
can't
saying
read
when
yet.
she comes to that age, you don't want those.
It's about spending time with a child, not.
I think the only game that's worth
destruction.
The old game that's endured, that's great for all ages, is and great to start at 3 years old. Connect 4.
Connect 4 is pretty good.
Connect 4 is the only game I can get behind in teaching.
I would think
a classic game.
They have to be older than 3 because they have to be not jamming stuff in their mouth. That's usually the cutoff for, hey, you might choke on a thing smaller than your windpipe.
I feel like Monopoly wasn't a bad
game.
Wasn't a bad game as a young, because it's really simple, but it makes you feel like you're doing something much more complex.
And you get to handle money.
And you get to learn math a little bit and capitalism.
If people play Monopoly by the rules, it's a much better game than the way most people play it. Because most people play it without forcing auctions. Like if you get to a tile and you can't afford to buy it,
and you force,
then it goes up for auction and everybody can bid on it.
Yeah.
And if you do that, then Monopoly is pretty good and it doesn't get super competitive. But it just takes too fucking long.
Yeah.
I think Carcassonne probably won't be bad. She has somebody to help score. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get there when we get there. We watched Pooh. We watched a lot of Winnie the Pooh.
You see that newer movie?
The one with Zooey Deschanel, the Zooey Deschanel soundtrack.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That was not bad.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
The same guy directed Big Hero 6.
Really?
Really?
I haven't seen that yet. It's not.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch Christmas specials?
We watched the Grinch and we watched Frosty the Snowman, the '60s one, not the bullshit 2005 version, and the Hermie the Elf, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh,
The Ernest and Bass, is that right?
Yeah, the stop motion one.
You doing a Christmas Story yet?
No, I never watched Christmas Story.
What?
It kind of scared me as a kid. I remember a lot of.
You don't want to lose an eye.
Chinese turkey.
There was the Santa kicking that kid down
What's the Chinese turkey?
It's the very last scene.
No, okay.
They go get Peking duck, and the duck's looking at you, taking a nap.
We fucked up our timing and didn't like. So opening presents with a 2-year-old is basically an all-day affair if there's more than 3 presents, because she just keeps. She opens something and then she plays with it for 30 minutes and then she'll put it back down and then she'll open something else, which I guess is good. Or
I wouldn't mind
clothes.
if regular Christmas was like that.
Instead of a race to
Instead
open
of just
presents?
open everything in the morning, like spend like 1 hour just open.
Well,
Unless
so-
you see like a T-shirt, and what are you gonna do with a T-shirt for an hour?
You try it on. You wear it around.
Yeah, do
Check
some
out the
poses,
guns.
some pictures.
Exactly. We ended up not making Christmas dinner until the day after Christmas because she took so long.
Wow.
And we were FaceTiming with my parents and aunts and uncles and other family members.
That's right out of a science fiction film.
What is?
The relatives on the TV.
Oh, we did that.
Yeah, that's like right out of like Aliens or something. Big heads on TVs, teleconferencing holidays.
Yeah.
That's like Back to the Future too.
I thought about, I mean, it's kind of too expensive. When they're cheaper, I'll get my parents an Xbox One so you can do the wide field connect Skype instead of the FaceTime through the Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It's like extending a room.
That is too much connectivity to my parents.
It is. Anyway.
I have grievances to air.
What grievances?
About White Holiday or White Elephant.
Okay. Did you do a White Elephant?
Yep, I did a White Elephant, and I love White Elephant.
With your family?
With friends.
The housemates? Friends,
yes. There were, I want to say, 15 people. That's 15 White Elephants.
Should be a good White Elephant.
Now, White Elephant, if you don't know, is a gift exchange where everyone comes to the party and brings a gift. You wrap the gift, and
it's usually like a limit, right? $15.
Yeah, you can set a limit. Usually, I set like a $25 limit. It's a reasonable limit, so no one brings like a $100 gift.
BMW.
Someone brings
you can't bring a video card.
Gift.
Yeah,
right. So everyone brings a reasonable, between $15 and $25. So and then you put it in a pile, and you draw numbers, and the numbers dictate the order in which you get to go up to the tree and pick a present.
Now, do you do the thing where the last person gets to pick from anybody who has gone before?
No. So the order...
Stealing?
So, it's fun because there's some randomness to it in terms of luck, in terms of the order you draw. And also, there's stealing. So the standard rules are such that if a present is opened, someone else later down the line can take it from the person who opened it previously, and then that person who had the present then taken from them gets to go back to the tree or steal another present. So presents get to cycle around.
Okay, so when you pick the present up out of the tree, you open it on the spot.
Yes, you open it on the spot.
It.
Everyone looks at it, and then you get to do a play-by-play. I like doing the play-by-play, announcing the selection of the present. Or you can go for the big box because you can do a lot of fun things. Put a small present in the big box, weigh it down. Some people want to go for the things that will get weighed down.
Put something in there that'll rattle real well.
Exactly. No puppies. And then it's always fun when there's a really great present that gets shared around and gets stolen around. If it's stolen twice, and the third person who gets it gets to keep it. And so it's a fun group activity, and I love White Elephant because I like buying presents that are presents I would want to buy people, and they're things that they wouldn't necessarily want to buy themselves. It's not necessarily going to be the most useful thing. Like I would never put a USB battery pack as a White Elephant because that's a useful thing. It's not a fun. I want something fun that it's like a novel thing. It's a nice thing if you get it. So I bought a Strawn Beast kit.
That's pretty good.
It's nice.
It's right on the limit of the $25.
Yep, $20. And it was a nice surprise. And then, you got to expect maybe if you have the right group of friends, 2 people will bring booze as their White Elephant, like a handle, like a $20 thing of like a bourbon. And that's nice. You don't want everyone to bring booze, and that's like a fun. If someone, that's a fun thing to
you open it on the spot. Everybody has a drink.
Yep, and if you walk away with $25 worth of booze, that's pretty good. And then it's always nice when there's like something someone handmade or something. It's always fun to see what's brought.
What's your feeling on like a cake or cookies?
Edible? I don't like food like chocolates. I don't like chocolates as a White Elephant. Okay. My airing of grievances is that 2 people I don't know who brought the shittiest White Elephant presents to the White Elephant.
Hold on, so you can tell you don't leave the from tag on the White Elephant?
I don't leave the front tag.
So why don't people could conceivably pull their own gift?
They can, which would be a dick move.
That would be a dick move.
Was it gift cards?
No. I think so.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think
unless it's to someplace funny.
Like
the dildo store gift card. That's good.
The saddest scenario in the White Elephant is when someone picks a present, opens it, and then they immediately know it's the shittiest thing in the pile, and no one's going to steal from them, and they're just stuck with it. And the whole time they're begging, "Come on, someone take this thing. I want this thing." And it's the saddest thing.
Is this the story of Norm's Christmas?
No, I didn't. I got a great. I picked up a great thing, but I feel bad for the people who brought nice presents, thoughtful things, and they ended up with a crappy thing. And I hate the fact that someone came to the White Elephant knowing that they had a shit gift and that their whole plan was to give a shit gift.
So what was the shit gift?
A good gift.
Are you going to air the grievance?
Oh, yeah. 2 shit gifts.
Do these people listen to the podcast?
I don't know.
This is going to be drama in the Chan household.
2 pretty shit gifts.
Well,
Was it a re-gift, you think, or was it a
I don't even think it was a re-gift. I think it might have been like a tchotchke thing.
oh.
One was a small packet of Street Fighter character masks. Like
Masks?
paper cutouts of Street Fighter
Like
characters.
you could put a Chun-Li mask on?
Maybe, I don't know, they were just like held up and they were just like the faces of the Street Fighter characters.
like something they bought for $2 in Japantown or something?
Or got for free or something.
New Street Fighter comes out next year.
No one wanted it. The second thing
That's pretty bad.
was...
Like, even if you like Street Fighter a lot, I don't think you'd want that one.
Yeah. The second thing was clearly, it was a flat package wrapped, clearly was a calendar in the package. And you never want to pick up the calendar. So it was the last thing that was picked up.
What was on the calendar? What was the
Well,
theme?
that's even worse. You never want to pick calendars. Calendars, I think, are pretty crappy White Elephant presents.
Like, they're good stocking stuffers. You jam them in a stocking, so then... Because everybody needs a calendar.
Sure, but this is like a big,
Yeah.
like 15-inch by 15-inch calendar.
Can we guess?
And then when it was open, it was the worst calendar.
Was it the Man of Game Dev calendar?
It was the man. Oh, you guessed it. It was the game. It was the Man of Game Developers calendar. Wow.
So, hold on. Here's the thing.
Wait a second.
Wow.
Someone explain this to me.
So,
oh my God!
Dan Teasdale, formerly
Will guessed.
I think Harmonix.
present.
Okay, so
Wow.
I can look at the Man
It
of
was
Game
the
Dev
worst
calendar.
game dev. It was the worst White Elephant present I've ever seen.
So-
and the person who ended it with it, I felt so bad for them. Not bad enough that I would exchange presents and steal from them. This was already the last thing, but I was pissed.
So I agree with you on the Street Fighter mask. I think that is a bad White Elephant. But I think the Men of Game Dev calendar, some proceeds go to charity. So you're giving back to the people.
That was not indicated, and I would say that of the people who were there, only a third of them were gamers familiar with the game.
So if that's the makeup of the audience, it is a bad White Elephant.
And the person who opened it had no idea and was just like, "What is this?
What is
And
a game
am I-"
dev?
It wasn't even like a.
Why is John Romero on my calendar?
It is a
it John
calendar.
Romero?
Yep, John Romero.
Okay.
It's a calendar where each month there is a photo of a male game developer.
Like, was it a photo
It's
shoot?
like a boudoir
or was it
type
just like,
No,
like a press picture?
They're just like it's just
Is
like
it a Wikipedia picture they found? Or?
They take shots and they take intentionally comically racy shots of.
I don't think they are all.
They're not all comically
No.
racy, but some of them are comically racy.
Okay. It's like, it's
Like Pope was on last year's, and Pope did a sassy picture.
okay, so they
It's an in joke.
get them all.
though.
Okay.
So it's an in joke, which means it's a bad White Elephant. If you were having a giant bomb White Elephant, that is a perfectly acceptable
As a
giant bomb
secondary gift.
white elephant gift.
If that was a second, if that was part of something else, like that, and then clipped to that was a Steam redemption code or something, or clip
Yeah,
that,
or-
then I think that would be worth it. But fuck,
Well,
I felt so bad.
Here's the thing. There's two kinds of white elephants too. There's the Secret Santa gift exchange, which is kind of what you did, but with the white elephant rules. Typically, when I had white elephants as a kid, it was the get something dumb and give it to your friends.
I thought Secret Santa's the one where you know who you're
draw a
buying
name.
for.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
they
right.
don't know.
Secret
Secret
Santa, that
Santa,
is
you
Secret
draw
Santa.
a name, and then you buy for the thing that they want, and then you are their Secret Santa.
There's no stealing a Secret Santa.
So
right?
my assumption with white elephants was always that that is, unless otherwise stated, it's a gag gift.
Yeah, I always remember getting a lot of like dicks in a box kits.
Kazoos,
and-
dildos, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
It's okay if one
Fleshlight.
thing is like a gag thing.
Do you assign roles? Hey, Jimmy, you're in charge of the
No.
gag.
You're the
gift.
gag man.
I know like one person
And then he comes
invited
in with a ball
every
gag.
year. He does like a gag gift, and he does something weird plus a scratcher card.
That's fair.
And that's fair. Because scratch your card, like that's actual.
There's
that's
some
a
gambling.
$10 value in that.
But what if
Scratch
you
your
won?
card.
What if you won?
If you win, then that's great.
So when you scratch,
I
you
don't
don't get to scratch until after it's done.
Very end.
I could not.
So
I cannot live with myself if I bought somebody a scratcher card and they won.
I couldn't live with
couldn't
myself
live
if I
with yourself?
I would
stole
be
a
like,
scratcher
oh.
card from somebody and I won like $3,000.
Because whenever,
that's
whenever I
great,
buy a scratcher card, I think this is the one.
The rule on lotto tickets at our house at Christmas always was the proceeds are split evenly.
Really?
Somebody wins a lottery ticket, unless it's like $10.
You can retell
like
your
if
story.
somebody wins $25,000, then everybody gets $5,000. That's fair.
I don't think that's fair.
It depends.
I don't think it's fair.
I just don't buy lottery tickets for people.
Buying lottery tickets for people is a fool's errand.
Yeah.
And that's why the scratcher thing, if you steal it, then you are taking on the chance of getting a weird thing. In this case, the weird thing were Tide pens and Tide, like laundry detergent.
Tide pens are useful.
Which was useful, like useful Tide. Use something useful.
Then
plus
you
a
spill
10
something on yourself, you're covered.
and a $10 scratcher, and that is what I ended up with.
So you took the Tide pens
I
and the
took Tide pen
scratcher?
and the scratcher. Of course, I took the Tide pens and the scratcher.
Did you get detergent too?
It was detergent.
Detergent's kind of expensive.
The Tide drops, or whatever they're called, the pods.
Oh, the pods?
Tide pods, Tide pen, and the scratcher, and I ended up with that.
You know,
I
my
was totally happy with that.
dishwasher repairman said don't use those pods.
I have not used the pods yet.
He says that for the dishwasher. He says that they clog up the
I
dishwasher.
wouldn't want to use them for the detergent.
Not that they also make dishwashing detergent pods. So that's what you ended up with.
That's what I ended up with.
What was the best thing?
The thing that I think people wanted the most, but I don't think was the best thing, was a Nerf gun,
Okay.
which is the biggest box. A Nerf
Like a
Nerf
rifle?
Yep.
Okay.
And the thing that I thought was actually the best thing was, what was it? I think it was like a series of 3 books about San Francisco.
Were people excited about the
Or 3 McSweeney's books. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. McSweeney's books are a good grab. Were people excited about the Strong Beast? Did they know what it was?
Yes. So, someone who wanted it got it, and yes. I was
There we
happy with
go.
that.
So, okay. So just for future reference, guys, don't give Norm the Men of Game Dev calendar for Christmas. You know what you're going to get a lot of for Christmas?
Oh my god.
Men of Game Dev calendar.
I have no idea who brought it either.
Probably somebody who knows Dan Teasdale. So you can dial it down that way. Because he's responsible for that. Was anybody in the group in the calendar?
I have suspicions.
Okay.
I have suspicions.
Okay. So I guess that'll do it for us that week. On that cheery holiday note,
It's Festivus. There's
Airing of
Feats of
Grievance.
Strength.
We don't have a poll. Well, there's a
There's-
poll right there.
What's the other one?
Airing of Grievances, Feats of Strength, and dancing around the pole. Something about the Festivus poll. You raised the poll, maybe?
What the hell are you guys talking about?
Festivus.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus?
Yeah, it's Costanza's dad's holiday
Oh.
Seinfeld.
on Seinfeld.
Oh, I don't know.
Joey.
All right, I should rewatch that.
Okay.
The feats of strength will be happening in my belly this week as we go to
it
Lotus
5:30 yet?
AM.
I hope so.
soon.
Yeah, if Lotus IM is closed,
It's not closed.
I mean, if we can't get reservations,
We're gonna wait in line.
we're gonna wait in line.
gonna wait
It's
in line.
really fucking cold out, man.
It's fine. We wait indoors.
It's really good food.
It is really good food. What's the best possible scenario for CES for you? Oculus release date, price.
No. Oculus release date is
March release, pre
no.
GDC.
That's nothing because that's information that will be issued in a press release that everyone's gonna get. The best case scenario for CES is if we get to have a really good conversation with Nate Mitchell and Palmer Luckey and maybe even Brendan Reeb at CES this year about the Oculus. For you guys, that would be a great scenario. And then also we get to see some quadcopters and quadcopter accessories that we're actually interested in, because I think that's something that people want to see.
Like things that let you do more than take pictures with your quadcopter.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
And some cool 3D printing and scanning hardware. I mean, those cover the 3 big
Those are
emerging technologies that we love.
I'm excited about carpet. I want to see who has the best carpet padding.
Carpet Quest?
Always my dream.
It's decent carpet.
And on that note, I guess we're done. We will see you next week with a regular podcast back in the shop. I'll call Jeremy and make sure he's available. If you missed it over the holidays, we had 2 weeks of build. Norm, is your LED? You know, people said we did the LED cube.
Incorrectly?
We didn't. We should not have grounded vertically.
What?
Each of those vertical grounds should have been independent.
Wait, what?
So on the vertical, remember the ones we had to drop down?
Yep.
Those should not have been attached except for at the hook. So they should.
I thought you only attached.
I didn't solder them, but they might have been brushing.
They are only attached, touch at the hook.
Well, no, I know they're only soldered at the hook, but you're sure they're only touching at the hook too?
They're only touching at the hook.
Okay.
They're not touching all the way down.
I didn't solder them all the way down, I didn't think.
Yeah, no, they're not.
That would have been really
I'm
hard.
sure they're not.
Okay. And then there was controversy about sticker placement. We're going to have to look at that when we're back in the office, because I think I did the stickers as the instruction manual said, but they do not match the picture on the outside, if I had to guess. So
You guys need a judge or an umpire. Umpire.
That's your job, Joey. You're between
the
us.
viewer. The viewer is the judge.
So that'll do it for us this week. See you guys next week. CES 2015 starts now. I guess we're going to go to a thing right after this. Bye.